Hey everybody, this is Sheri Traxler with ViREO Life. I am hiding behind all this rosemary. It is a massive amount of rosemary and I wanted to not waste it. I was trimming a rose bush. We have several, and I thought this one is about to cover up some lavender that I'm planting, so I'm just going to cut off a couple of branches. Outside it does not look like this much, but in here it's a lot. So I thought instead of just taking care of this and doing with it what I want, I might as well let you know what I'm doing with it. So when you trim your rosemary bush or bushes, you'll be able to not waste it, but enjoy this amazing fragrance. So I'm going to put this down and see you in a moment to show you 9 ways to enjoy your rosemary. I've gotten one of the big branches and I have cut off a couple of small, I don't know what we're going to call these, twigs that are coming off of the large branches. One of them is fairly large because of something I want to show you in a minute. One of the ways that you want to use all of this massive amount of rosemary is dry it for winter cooking. And we're going to combine 2 of these ideas. When you have a nice long sprig, if you want to dry some and use it for the greenery in a flower arrangement, which smells amazing and makes the house smell amazing, is I'll take about the lower half and just simply put onto some dry paper, newspaper, paper bag type thing, and then this becomes greenery in a flower arrangement. And so we would do several of those. So drying it, you want to do that until it is pretty dry. In a non-humid room or area, it's going to take a week or two for that to dry out, but then it's ready to go into a jar and use for winter cooking. Also, you can freeze, and for freezing, you don't even have to use, you don't even have to do the taking the leaves off at first. You can if you want to. I'm going to do another one of these long ones. If you don't have kitchen shears that are quite strong enough, you may still need to get your garden clippers out. So for this, I'm going to get ready to freeze, and for that we'll just use a Ziploc bag, specifically for freezer safe. Pull some of these into there. And again, if you don't want to pull these off, if you don't have a flower arrangement that you're making, and you want to freeze them whole, you can do that. You just put the whole sprig down in, and once you've gotten several of those in, you zip it up almost all the way, get all the air out, and start rolling it up to get all the air out. Put a rubber band around it and put that in your freezer, and it's ready to go for your Thanksgiving stuffing. Another absolutely delicious smelling way for your home is old-fashioned potpourri, that's potpourri, but anyway, it's in a pot. Strip off leaves, fill it up, put it with some water, and if you want to do this with some mint, if you want to, oh, rosemary and mint is so amazing together. Rosemary, mint, rosemary, lavender goes together beautifully in a potpourri on the stove. Simmer, low heat, have that going all day. Don't even have to buy candles, just have that going. Another way to use these sprigs, let's take off one of these. And to take 2 or 3 sprigs, let's go ahead and do 2. I'll just go ahead and get it ready for my shower, which is what we're going to be using this for. Tying up a couple of rosemary sprigs, putting them in your shower, taking it around your shower head and letting the hot water and the steam get into this. This is not only great just to make your alertness and your brain wake up in the mornings. If during the winter you're dealing with some stuffiness, this is going to help clear everything and help you breathe better. Now let's get on to some of the bugs. Bugs do not like, as much as we love the smell of this rosemary, bugs do not like the smell of it. So one of the things that you can do with your rosemary is put this on your windowsills, put this around your doors. If you have bugs coming into your house, that is one way to use them. Another, and I loved it when I learned this tip, was since they don't like the smell, in addition to these nice, beautiful flower arrangements around your home, is let's get some of the smaller ones to put in this vase, and I just let them dry. And as I knock this over, we're not even going to edit that out. We're just going to go with this. Last winter, I did sweet woodruff. This winter, I'm doing rosemary, and just letting it dry, several of them in my closet. And if you want to keep it fresh, not the rosemary fresh, but the smell fresh, put them in a little bowl in your closet. And then just like a sachet that you rub to get the oils going, you would do the same thing with this through the winter, is as these dry, break them up so that it releases the oil and keeps all of the critters out of your closet and specifically off of your clothes and off of your wool clothes. We talked about drying and freezing this for cooking, but also dry and freeze them for making winter, not so much potpourri for making the house smell amazing, but if you're dealing with stuffiness, again, this plus this, and if you have mountain mint specifically, rosemary and mountain mint, whoo, wakes up those sinuses, clears everything out. So freeze some, dry some to have on hand for cooking, freeze some, dry some to have on hand for making an inhalation, I guess is the correct term, for wintertime, keeping you breathing well. The last one I want to tell you about is giving it away to friends, because even as I don't care how many flower arrangements I make, how many closets I put this in, how much I freeze and dry for cooking, I'm going to have a lot left over just from the one bush. So here is your question. What do you do when you have a mound of rosemary or lavender or any other type of herb bushes and you trim them back and you have lots and lots that you don't want to go to waste? Put it in the comments what you do. Share the ideas. I'll learn from you. You can take these tips. Let me know how you've used these tips or if you're planning to use these tips. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, find your path and fulfill your potential.